Hey guys, it's Daniel. The following is from Kurt Cobain regarding his musical influences. These are various quotes of his that I've come across from different points in time. Quote, "First and foremost, the Beatles. For the first 11 years of my life, I did nothing else but listen to the Beatles. Their influence on how I write the chords of my pieces, it's undeniable. So then I started listening to Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith, and finally punk changed my life. And when even that phase was over, I started putting everything together into something that I could create that was my own. Now, the Melvins. The Melvins really influenced me because they lived in Aberdeen, and I watched a lot of their practices. I also like Beat Happening. I like Leadbelly, the blues singer. I listen to a lot of kids' records. Well, just children's records and sound effects records. But I've never been a big music fan where I'm totally obsessed with listening to music all the time, like every day. I mean, I go through weeks of not listening to music at all. I'm always afraid of poisoning myself with too much influence. I suppose it's probably a subconscious thing. Now, punk has set us free. I discovered punk when I was 11, and I immediately wanted to be part of it. I was reading Cream magazine, and the colorful appearance of this music exerted an immediate fascination on me. I wanted to be part of it at all costs and pretended to be a punk, although in my town no one knew what that was. I only really came into contact with the music when I was around 15 years old. In that sense, because no one knew what punk was, the soft pop bands are an easy introduction to the rebellion that punk has embodied. It's definitely more of a pop music than punk is, but it maintains the same spirit. The punk I listened to as a kid was too extreme, and it alienated the majority of the youth who paid it any attention. No one could understand it. I like to think that bands like ours have occupied the place left vacant by the open door that was punk. At the same time, however, I understand that we are nothing other than a shadow of something that already was there. Every time I write a riff, I can't help but realize that it's an imitation of some other piece, that it's not original, that I've heard it already. Love Buzz, for example, is nothing but a shocking blue piece rewritten. We just changed half of its words and the bass line. And then, on the other hand, there's always the possibility that between 300 ideas I've subconsciously stolen from other musicians, one might come up that's entirely me. It's a great challenge.